In the UK, the institutions of church, of religion, these have become taboo. This is also happening in Canada. For example, it's happened all over Europe, and at least Western Europe. Eastern Europe is still very religious. And when you look to what's happening in Britain, you'll notice that one of the first things to go, along with freedom of religion, is freedom of speech. There's an amazing story out of the UK yesterday in which a pro-life activist was arrested for literally standing outside an abortion clinic. Now, she wasn't harassing anybody. She wasn't saying anything. She wasn't holding a sign. She was a person standing there. But you are not allowed to stand there. There's tape that actually emerged of this incident in Britain. It's pretty incredible.
Before I ask you any questions about what's going on today, I have to caution you, which is just your rights, which is you do not have to say anything. It may harm your defence if you do not mention one question, something which you later on in court, anything you do say may be given. What are you here for today?
Physically, I'm just standing here.
Okay. Why here of all places? I know you don't live nearby.
But this is an abortion centre.
Okay, that's why you're stood here. Is you standing here part of the protest?
No, I'm not protesting.
Are you praying?
I might be praying in my head out loud.
So I'll ask you once more, will you voluntarily come with us now to the police station for me to ask you some questions about today and other days where there are allegations that you've broken public spaces protection order?
If I've got a choice, then no.
Okay, well then you're under arrest on suspicion of failing to comply with the public spaces protection order.
Okay, so the public spaces protection order says that you are not allowed to stand outside an abortion clinic not doing anything. Right? Any other place in the UK, you can apparently just stand there. I mean, they could have arrested her for loitering or trespassing. They don't. They're arresting her because she is silently praying in her head without moving her face. You think that rights matter in the UK? They do not. We're not even talking about freedom of religion. That'd be like freedom of speech. How about like freedom of standing there? According to Fox News, Isabel Vaughan Spruce, director of the UK March for Life, was standing near the BPAS Robert Clinic in Kings Norton, Birmingham, in an area ADF UK called a censorship zone. When police approached her after an onlooker complained she might be praying outside the abortion facility, God forbid. And that would just be terrible if somebody were to pray. I mean, that's terrible. Birmingham's authorities established a buffer zone around abortion clinics, which makes it illegal for an individual to engage in any act or attempted act of approval or disapproval as it relates to abortion, and includes verbal or written means like praying or counseling. So it is now approval or disapproval to stand there, to literally stand there. Vaughan Spruce says, I was exercising my freedom of thought, my freedom of religion inside the privacy of my own mind. Nobody should be criminalized for thinking and for praying in a public space in the UK. She says, this is something I've pretty much done every week for around the last 20 years of my life. I pray for my friends who've experienced abortion and for the women who are thinking about going through with it themselves. Vaughan Spruce has stood near the abortion facility while it was closed 3 times and said she might have been praying. According to the ADF UK, police showed her photos of herself standing outside the facility and asked if she was praying, which she said she could not answer since she spent some time praying but got distracted at other times. Not praying the whole time. I mean, this sort of stuff, again, if you believe that the social fabric of the United States is going to withstand the secular encroachments that essentially argue against the rights of religion and speech, so long as they violate the tenets and belief system of the left, this is what you end up with in the UK. And so what you're seeing in the United States is increasingly a big sword, an ideological sword happening.